in Sukhasana, which is easy seated pose. So just sitting just like I am, to be on a bolster. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Spine nice and long, extending, reaching. We will take a few cleansing breaths as we settle in. And then I'll talk a little bit about Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, which is the month of May. So just take a few cleansing breaths in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Again. The last one, make it count, make it a big one. Drop the shoulders, close the eyes, relax the jaw, and just begin to arrive. Begin to come into the space, feeling supported and connected to the earth plane, held here, ready to set our intention for this class. Our yoga practice has such deep roots in Asian culture, and it's so important for us to honor and respect this culture as it is not our own for most of us. Practicing yoga in the Western sense. Here in the United States, yoga has become a commodity and has been commercialized, which means some of that culture can get lost along the way. And all the time, I highly recommend always studying and learning about the culture of yoga and the practice that you are cultivating for yourself to find a deeper connection. This month in particular is important because we are celebrating the heritage of Asia. And there are a few ways that I would like to suggest to interact with that, to support. I'll be sharing, people, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I'll be sharing some of my favorites, favorite influencers, teachers, podcasts throughout the month. I invite you to do the same, as well as taking any classes or workshops led by Asian teachers. You can learn about the origins of yoga. If you would like to have any books recommended to you or resources, I would be happy to do that for you. And also incorporating Sanskrit terminology into your practice. So maybe that's just one pose that you find that you want to learn more about its origins, how it came about, because there are many lineages and different practices of yoga. And I highly recommend doing all of those things. Today in class, we will be honoring the heritage of Asian culture by focusing on mindfulness, breath work, asana origins, and connecting the mind and body. I would like us to take a moment to center ourselves and set a general intention for us all to cultivate gratitude and honor this rich culture during our practice today. And you can also set an intention for your personal practice, for you to connect deeper with yourself, to study the self, to just arrive here maybe. or maybe to manifest something towards this next full moon that's coming and this beautiful Beltane spring energy we have flowing all around us. Okay. Let's meet in tabletop and we'll begin with cat-cows. If you have any knee sensitivity, I highly recommend folding the mat over or using a blanket to support your knees. Just a little extra cushion. So in tabletop, our wrists are under our shoulders, palms are pressing into the earth, tops of the feet to the mat, and knees stacked underneath the hips. On an inhale, we drop the belly, allow the gaze to rise. Tailbone rises. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck the chin, gaze comes towards our navel. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, coming back up. Take some time to really cultivate and form that relationship between movement and breath. You can go as slow as you like, as quick as you like, although I don't recommend going very quick because you may lose your connection to your breath and your movement. And if you would like to, there's an invitation to begin atypical movements. So just kind of moving the hips, the shoulders, and really just taking this time to feel into all of those little corners and spaces in your body. As you move forward, inhaling and maybe exhaling as you circle around. Notice those areas where there may be some tightness or some stickiness, and see if you can pause there. Send your breath and allow or invite those areas to release. And maybe coming back to whatever seated position is comfortable for you, maybe sitting back on your knees or in Sukhasana, and finding that nice long spine, shoulders rolling down. And begin with just some gentle neck rolls, tucking the chin towards the chest and gently drawing the left ear to the left shoulder, back down through center, right ear to the right shoulder. Nice and slow. Exhaling as you come forward towards center and inhaling as you come back. Be gentle with our necks here and just continue as it feels good to you. So if you want to take a full circle, you can, or just feel into those sticky spots. And when you're ready, meet me back in tabletop. And we'll move into dragon pose on the right side. So either stepping or drawing that right foot forward to meet the hands. And we'll inhale, come all the way up, reaching and rising up. Imagine the sunshine just hitting your solar plexus. Exhale, cactus the arms back, little back bend here, opening the heart. Inhale, coming back through center, interlace the fingers and place them behind the right knee. Take a moment here to settle into this lunge. Notice your hips. Do they feel wonky? Do they feel aligned to your body? Take the time to ease in. And you can stay here or begin to make your way into a different expression of the pose. So you can bring blocks as an option to either side of your right foot and use that to bring the earth a little closer to you and support you as you move in. Use blocks however you like. You can also place them on the inside in whatever variation. You can also come directly to the earth with your hands without blocks. Whatever feels the best to your body. Your dragon pose comes from the Chinese myth of the dragon, and it represents stability and strength. So as we move through this pose, maybe sometimes we're not feeling too stable, maybe a little wobbly. If you want to tuck your back toes, the left toes, that can kind of help sometimes. Also finding a drishti or point that you can focus on the floor or on the wall in front of you. And imagine just rooting down through the sole of that right foot and connecting with the strength of the earth, like roots on a tree, driving down into the earth. On the next exhale, gently press back, keeping the right toes pointed towards the front of the room. Just finding a nice little release here in this half split. And coming back through tabletop, stepping that right foot back. Back through neutral, this time moving to the left. So either stepping or walking that left foot forward to meet the hands. You can tuck the right toes here if that feels more stable to you. Inhale, drawing the arms up, press through the left sole of the foot. Reach towards the sky. Let that sunshine warm your solar plexus. Feeling the strength of the sun's energy. Exhale, cactus the arms. Little baby back bend, open the heart. Inhale, arms draw up. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, plant them behind the left knee. and check in with your alignment. Notice how this pose may feel different on one side versus the other. We usually have one side of our body that's more open sometimes. It changes. So just noting, just an interesting observation. Root down through that left foot. Option to deepen here a little. Allow the hips to sink towards the earth. Opening up our hip flexor. Moving into whatever expression of this pose you would like to take on this side. Really grounding through that left foot, through the sole of your foot. Strong and rooted here. You are all beautiful dragons. On the next exhale, gently and slowly press back, keeping the left toes pointed towards the front of the mat. And release any props. Come into a seated position as we move into butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together. This is the upright position of butterfly. You can also take this as a supine position. Supta Baddha Konasana. This is just Baddha Konasana, which means bound angle pose. And bringing the soles of the feet together, rooting down through the base of your spine. Allow the shoulders to draw back and find some length, reaching the crown. This pose is represented by the goddess Kali, who is often seen meditating on or depicted meditating on a lotus flower. And Kali represents change, creation, our divine feminine, earthly Ma energy, Mother Earth. So here, thinking about creating or manifesting whatever it is that you are looking to draw into your life. And if you would like to walk the hands out a little, let the head hang heavy and gaze comes towards the navel. Allow the spine to round and use this time to turn inward. Notice the breath in the back body, and the ribs gently releasing, expanding. If it's more comfortable for you, you can also use blocks to bring the earth a little closer to you to rest your forehead. You can also use a bolster, resting the block at the end. Notice your breath here and see if you can create an even inhale and exhale, drawing awareness to the breath. On your next inhale, gently walk the hands back, bringing the head up last, and pause for a moment here. And we'll move into child's pose. Any variation that you would like. I suggest using the blanket for your knees if that's a concern. One option is to bring the knees to the width of your mat, big toes come together, sending the hips back, sinking towards the earth, and walking the hands out, allowing your body to rest on a bolster or forehead on blocks. You can also bring the knees together for a closed child's pose, allowing the body to rest over the thighs, crown of the head to come towards the earth, arms come behind you at your sides. As we talk about Ma and this energy of Mother Earth, of our divine feminine, child's pose is a Japanese concept of Ma. It represents the space between the things and the importance of taking time to pause and reflect. allowing yourself to be in the spaces between, nowhere to go, nowhere to be, other than just right here, being present and rooted in this moment. On the inhale, gently walking the hands back a little, removing any props. And then coming to our bellies on the mat for Sphinx pose in whatever way is intuitive to you and getting there. Our elbows stacked underneath our shoulders, pressing away from the earth through our forearms. Up a little bit. Fingertips spread nice and wide. And gaze can come between the hands or the wall in front of you. Notice anywhere that you are holding tension, maybe in your glutes or in your thighs. See if you can invite those spaces to release. With the next exhalation, letting go a little more and allowing yourself to be supported here. This posture of Sphinx pose is a representation of the Egyptian goddess Isis, who represents healing and transformation. So as we move from this space of reflecting and pausing, those spaces in between the doing, we come into a posture, an asana that invites us to move towards healing and transformation. Looking forward to maybe what our manifestations will look like. Tuning into our heart center, drawing the shoulder blades together, opening the heart towards the front of the room. Someone was picking something up. It's okay. I was expecting you'd like to, you can bring your hands to the corners of your mat and press up for seal. If you get there and decide this is too much, too soon, go back. Stay here as long as you like, and you can feel free to go between or go back to Sphinx. Bring the forearms to the top of the mat. Maybe rest your head there. Lowering all the way down, taking a moment of rest. And placing the hands under the shoulders, gently press up and come to your left side. So you may want the blanket here to cushion your hip. Placing the elbow underneath the shoulder, forearm pressed into the mat, stacking the hips, knees, and ankles. You can also put a block between your knees if that feels a little more comfortable to you, and also for your ankles, or a bolster between there if that's something that your body feels called to have. Feel free to make any adjustments so that you're comfortable here. This is half Buddha pose. You can place your left hand in front of you for support or resting on your side. We're wanting to really push away from the earth with the forearm, creating a little bit of space in our right side body. Hello?
Oh, wait, no.
No, you're good.
Right?
Yeah, your right side, left side, right side. Yeah, this is your right side. I'm getting all confused
No,
now.
it's my left. I think I went the wrong way.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we're all the same direction. It's okay. Whatever side you're on, we'll put it that way. Maybe I said left side, but I meant right. I don't know either.
I'm bad with lefts and rights.
It's okay. This pose here is a pose that is a loose representation, I'll say, of the reclining Buddha posture that you'll often see Buddha laying down with head resting in the hand. And this is said to be the end of life posture. So, represented here as Buddha's final posture before moving on. Uh, there's a story that how Buddha actually passed was that he had some bad pork. And because he was enlightened, he no longer, he had reached nirvana, had no longer had to repeat the cycle of life and death and rebirth. And so this was the last posture before passing on into the ethers. If at any time this becomes a little too intense, feel free to just extend the arm and come down to the earth and rest. We won't be here much longer. I know my shoulders are sore from gardening and pulling things, so I'm going to rest here. And everyone can extend their arms now, coming down to the earth and just allowing a little restful release. And however you would like to make your way to the real left side, you can. Again, using any props that you need to feel supported and comfortable here. Opening up the left side body for real. And breathing into this space. Maybe here thinking of anything that you want to put to rest, releasing, letting go, anything not serving you, serving your purpose. If you are not already in that resting position, extend the arm out and take a moment to pause. When you're ready, rolling onto your back, as we'll move into Supta Ardha Uttanasana, which is figure 4 stretch or reclined pigeon. So laying down, bringing the feet hip distance apart, knees bent. And we'll begin by just placing the right ankle over the left knee. Just resting above the left knee here. We'll start here. Root through that left sole of the foot. You may place your right hand on the inside of your right thigh and gently press away towards that back wall. Very gently here. And if that doesn't feel good, don't do it. That's my motto in this class. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And if you'd like to, you can reach through that space behind your left thigh and interlace the fingers, drawing the left thigh towards you, keeping that figure 4 shape. Perfect. A little deeper here. So if this becomes a little too sensational, feel free to return back to where we started. Flexing the toes back towards the knees and floppy feet. And releasing the hands, keeping that same shape, dropping that left foot to the earth. And then letting the right foot drop to the earth as well into a twist. So letting the knees fall over towards the left. Whatever way feels good to you, it may help to lift the hips up and shift them over to the right. You may want to place a block between the knees. Be gentle with your lower back as you go into this twist. Arms come out to a T and gaze comes over your right fingertip. On the next inhale, gently draw the knees up through center. And maybe windshield wiper the knees back and forth, feet a little bit wider than the hips. Maybe pull them in towards the chest if that feels good to you. And then moving to the opposite side. So come back through center, knees bent, feet hip distance apart, crossing the left ankle just below the right knee. Take a moment here, and then if you feel called to, pull that right knee in whenever feels good to you, or if you don't do it. Sometimes I like to gently rock my knees back and forth here, even just a little at first, to fill into the hips and the sacrum, and then find some stillness. And go ahead and take this into a twist in whatever way aligns with your body. Bringing the arms out to a T, and gaze comes over the left fingertips. Inhale, draw the knees back up through center. Take any final postures that you would like to take before Shavasana. And when you come into your final Shavasana, laying flat on your back or supported by bolsters or blocks, feel free to cover up with your blanket, or if you'd like another, raise your hand and I can bring it to you. It's kind of warm, so it's up to you. We'll have a little bit of an extended Shavasana here, just creating some space in our hearts and in our practice here today to come back to that cultivation of gratitude and appreciation for this beautiful cultural practice brought to us to share together our gratitude towards the Asian community, sending love and healing out into the universe. Begin to let go of the practice and just allow yourself to be here in this space. Allow yourself to rest, to integrate, to just be. When you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently coming back to this space, back to awareness of your body. Taking your time and waking up whenever you're ready, coming back to a seated position facing me. Take a moment here in Sukhasana. This is where we started our practice today, and this is where we are ending our practice. So take a moment to just notice. Take a scan from the top of your head to your toes, and just notice how you are feeling energetically and physically without judgment compared to how you came in, how you arrived here today. Take a big cleansing breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it all out. Bring the hands to heart center, palms pressing together. Thank you so much for joining me today and practicing together in this beautiful space, honoring the rich and beautiful culture of yoga's history in Asia, and finding some gratitude for this beautiful practice, the philosophy, the asana, all the teachings in between. Find that gratitude in your heart center. And along with it, gratitude towards yourself for carving out this time and this space to connect with your inner being, with your body, with your breath, and to be present in this moment that we've